Today I'm going to talk about breathing and very specifically nose breathing because it's so important. But before we talk about why it's so important, let's ask a question. What happens when you're driving a car and you're in traffic and you suddenly realize that you may be hitting someone? Or someone comes up to you with really bad news. You take a fast, quick in-breath through your mouth. And there's a very specific reason why you do that. You do that because your body's preparing for fight or flight. The adrenaline is gone way out the top, and you need oxygen as fast as you can into the muscles in order to run away from that tiger and save your life. It happens through the nose, it happens through the mouth, not the nose. But our body is designed to nose breathe. When you breathe through your nose, there's all these little hairs and mucus system that the air passes through en route to the lungs. And this is our filtering system. It's like an air purifier that you have in your house to get the dust and pollen and debris out of the air before you breathe it. And it's a very wise system our body has implemented, so by the time the air gets into our lungs, the air is heated and warm, it's clean, it's hygienic, and it's most suitable for our physiology to absorb it. And it's a slightly slower system. So you bypass it when you mouth breathe. No filtration system, no cleansing, no warming. Get that air into the body as fast as you can. Another thing that gets lost is that when you nose breathe, the air is also getting up very swiftly into the brain. Just take a breath through your nose now, and you can almost feel this hydration or this sensation in the brain. But if you go, it's down here. So big difference. We are designed to only open our mouth when we talk and when we eat, but now we are at an epidemic level of mouth breathing and stress level and anxiety and a panic. The psychological level of the average person is a very stressed out state, and there may be a link between how they're managing their body. Sadly, now I even see kids that are mouth breathing because the sinuses have become so shrunk up. And it is very valuable to retrain yourself to nose breathe. In fact, there's a fabulous book called Chi Running where they made an experiment and they took a group of kids and they trained them to be long distance runner nose breathing, not the normal I'm going to die, but I'm going to make it psychology that most of us have. And at first, these kids were below average because they kept their mouths shut. They didn't have the same stamina. But they found that with this training, they could never go beyond what the body was able to produce to get stronger, not to break down. And as they kept training them, their capacity to run increased, so much so that after a period of time, they were winning compared to the mouth breathers. And what's more, and this is on long distance running, and what's more, they were not broken at the end of the run. They did not need to recover the same way because their whole physiology got stronger. The nervous system got stronger, not just learned how to deal with continuing stress, which is kind of interesting. So how does this apply to us? We need to learn to nose breathe again. And a long period of time that we spend during the day breathing, we don't even know about it, is when we sleep at night. And nobody knows if their mouth is open or closed at night, but it actually shows a pattern of what's going on in you subconsciously. There is a fantastic hack called using sleep tape, which you can buy from a wonderful website that has all of this research called Conscious Breathing. Fabulous Swedish guy who's done some amazing research on breathing and is really heading some ground in how important and priceless it is actually in dealing with psychological problems, anxiety, stress, panic. And those people are often mouth breathing, and when they start to nose breathe, it goes down. So I am taking this tape. This is how it gets used, and I use it almost every night. Here's the tape. Now, it's kind of like a Band-Aid, so you can rip the center part. There's these two little tags, and this is what I do. I close my little mouth. And I go to sleep. And it guarantees me that my mouth stays closed. And when I first started, I noticed that sometimes I would like want to open my mouth. It kind of made me very conscious at night of when I wanted to shift into mouth breathing. And it just changed. Now, the amazing thing was the quality of my sleep got so deep and so heavy. And now I just put that tape on and I'm instantly relaxed. It's amazing. It's like going into meditation just by closing your mouth. So I highly recommend it. It will make a huge difference. If the idea of sleeping with your mouth tape creates panic, don't do it when you're going to sleep at the beginning. You're in training now to nose breathe. Do it when you're washing dishes and walking around the house to get used to the feeling and redevelop and restore your sinuses. Sometimes you need to train your sinuses to work again because they haven't been used for so long. If the cost is a little expensive, I think it's about $30, you can get something called paper tape. I hope, is that showing right? Yes, paper tape. $2 or $3. Same thing, really, same thing. I've used that as well. And I have seen many people transform, friends of mine, people who've come to my yoga retreats where I share all sorts of crazy hacks to up-level the health and vitality. One lady who came was very stressed out. She had a high intensity job in ER. And she said to me that she can never sleep at night. Her mind is always racing. She's incapable of turning off stress mode. She was brave enough to try a sleep tape. And the next morning she comes to me and she goes, Niedra, I can't believe it. I had the best night's sleep last night. I was thrilled because, my God, can you imagine living in so much stress? And many of us do. And we need support. And sometimes it can be as simple as shifting your breathing mechanism around. So, please do try this. If you want to learn lots of hacks and move your body, there is a Greek retreat happening in October, and I will be sharing about it, but there's some spots still available. And enjoy breathing through your nose.